Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kudli Mantri. Today I am going to tell a story about the lesson of behavior. Once upon a time, one boy, his name is Rahul, he always behaved rudely with others and he always ignoring his friends, teachers, and always behaving rudely with others. One day, his grandmother decided that she will teach him a lesson, and his grandmother given him a task to hold a glass of water in his hand for the entire hour. And he thought that it is a simple task for me, and he hold a glass of water for the entire hour, and his arm get tired, and he thought that he will keep down that glass and he told his grandmother that my arm got tired. And after that, his grandmother asked that, how do you feel? And he replied that it is very much uncomfortable for me. After that, his grandmother told that, how you are behaving with that others, you can study with this a glass of water. Then that boy tried to become change, and after that he tried to teach everyone, treat everyone with a good behavior. Then the moral of the story is not only the good behavior feel you better, but also it lightens our heart. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashutosh Pradhan and I'm going to say about a story whose title is Stay Foolish, Stay Hungry, and it was actually a biopic of Steve Jobs, and it was all started when Steve wasn't born. It was all about his biological mother, she was an unwed graduate student, so she have listed Steve's for adoption list. For first, Steve was to be taken by some court graduate parents, but at the end moment they decided not to take. But the second were the parents who got called at the midnight, and they asked whether they can take the child or not. And at the midnight they got the call that there was an unexpected baby children, so whether they are interested in taking it or not. At that time they took Steve Jobs, and it was as his biological mother was not accepting to give someone who were ungraduate, but at the end they have convinced her by saying that they will at least keep the promise of letting Steve Jobs into a college. And when Steve Jobs was actually into a college, so he chose a naive college, like it was very expensive, and for the first 6 months it was not a use, like it was the value he can't see in it. So he started doing dropout and started doing some other courses which were actually interested to him. So it wasn't official dropout, but it was like after 18 years he actually dropped out, but for that moment he was doing some other courses. For example, it was the calligraphy. He was doing the calligraphy for about 6 months, and then it all came down after 10 years when he started his first finest computer, which was the Macintosh. It has very beautiful typefaces, which was the result of him being dropped out and have taken the calligraphy. But at that moment it was very scary, as he was not able to find any dots, like whether it's going to be helpful or not. But at the end, after looking backward, he can say that yes, it was actually a thing or the choice he had made, and which was actually benefit for him. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Kakashari. I'm going to tell a story about a guy who fed on nightmares. Once upon a time, there was a guy who always had awful dreams or nightmares, which made him afraid of falling asleep. So, to get rid of it, he went to a witch and begged him to get rid of all his bad memories. In return of that, he promised the witch to give his soul. Years went by, and he became an adult, and he had no nightmares. But for some strange reason, he was still unhappy. Then one night, the witch showed up and asked him for his soul. But the guy shouted and told him that even though he didn't have any bad dreams, he was still unhappy. But the witch continued to take his soul and said that all those bad memories shapes a person personalities, and those with memories of being hurt and hurting someone, and memories of deep regrets makes a person who they are. Thank you. And the moral of the stories is bad or good memories save peoples.
Hello everyone, my name is Ritika Ritupana Raut. I am telling about a story that is Zombie Kid. A baby boy was born in a small village. When he is grown up, his mother came to the realization that he is naturally eat like a zombie. He had pale skin and large eyes. Every night his mother stole stock food from his neighbor to feed him. Once night his mother stole a chicken, and the next day a pig. A number of years passed away like that. The peoples are left the village, but his mother don't left him alone. And his mother gave her body to him. The last word he speak that, "Mom, your body was so warm."
To everyone, and good evening, good afternoon. My name is T. Sai Pawan. So I am going to tell a story about a boy named Swastik, and its theme is about holding on things that are going to hold you after some time. If you don't leave it before you, that things hold you and don't give the chance to grow you in future. So once a boy is there named Swastik. In his birthday, his father gifted him a teddy bear and a console, small console. In that time, it is type of games, is a retro type console. So he grew with them, and he was very connected with those things. In his sad times, in his happy times, in every time he uses them, and he some type of connected with them as friends. And as he grew, he is more connected with them, and not making friends, not going outside, not connecting with peoples. So it's some sort of holded him by doing which will help him in future. And by the time in his adulthood, there was no friends with him, and he was alone in his room by playing the consoles. So it is some sort of holding him from making friends. Moral of the story: don't hold on things that will hold you in futures. Thank you.
My name is Krish Bhuyan, and today I am going to present a story about creativity and dreams. There was a boy who was very, we can say, uncreative. He was not able to write some essays and follow up with stories. He thought writing and dreaming is delusional and it is not helpful for us. But one day when he was strolling in the library, he found a pen. The pen had a silver wing mark on it, and when he picked it up, the librarian said it could be a magic pen. Whatever you write with it could be become real. Then he went home. It really was a magic pen. When he started writing with it, anything he write, it became true. When he wrote, there was a tree with silvers on it. The tree appeared, but suddenly when he tore off the page, the tree disappeared. And he let his imagination run wild, and he became suddenly a very creative boy. But then his own nature report back, and he continued to be very non-delusional and very uncreative. So he suddenly thought, what if I make it totally uncreative world, and there will be no creation, no imagination, no dreaming. Suddenly he wrote that this world will stop dreaming, and suddenly everything goes colorless. Everything disappears, and the world becomes empty. So empty that the emptiness starts to haunt him. He tries to write again that the world starts dreaming again, but it doesn't work because he himself is became so dreamless that he cannot use the power of the pen. But then he closed his eyes and let his wonders and his mind work again, and he wrote again with his self-belief, not with his uncreative mind, but a new creative mind. After that, the world became normal, and the boy who was very uncreative suddenly became creative. The moral of the story is, don't let your mind be uncreative. Create new things and always be creative as possible as you can. Thank you.